Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I kind of wanted to do a bit of a sit down and chat video, kind of a story time, I guess. Kind of over the last half a year, really, I guess. Wow, I'm already being really repetitive with the word, I guess. um, so I'm not gonna edit this video or anything. I want it to just be super raw and just the honest truth. So August of last year, August 11th, I started my school journey in the field of cosmetology, which, if I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if I ever really imagined myself picking cosmetology for a career. I knew I always had an appreciation and a love and a passion for doing nails or doing makeup, but I don't think I ever really thought that I would do that as a career because if I'm going to be completely honest, for many, many, many years, since I was a little kid, honestly, I always thought that I wanted to be, or that I was going to be for that matter, a actress slash singer, which I'm not gonna lie, if that happened, that would still be super cool. I would totally be down for that. But after making some videos, I sometimes realize that I might not be as good of an actress as I thought I was. But someone else can be the judge of that. You are your worst critic. So, um, but I started back in August. I had 20 weeks of schooling. Well, not schooling, 20 weeks of in class education. It was 5 weeks of hair cutting and styling, 5 weeks of color and chemical textures, 5 weeks of nails, and then 5 weeks of skin. I was very partial to nails myself because it's one of my really big coping mechanisms that I use for my anxiety and for my ADHD. Because ever since I was really young, I've had a really bad habit of biting and picking at my nails. So that was a really good method for me to kind of alleviate that, which my sister thinks is amazing, which is absolutely true. It's amazing that I found a career that also helps me with something. So, um, I mean, I've spent upwards of like 2 hours doing my own nails, which, granted, doing them yourself does not go as fast as having a professional do them. But I passed nails with flying colors. I got almost 100% on. I got 100% on almost all of my tests, except maybe one or two. There was a lot of tests in that class. It was like a test every week. But it was absolutely worth it. And then I passed hair and skin too. They weren't my favorite. The makeup part was more my favorite than all the like skin. I mean, I like skincare. Don't get me wrong. Might have to do a video with that. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. It's just kind of how I talk. I'll try to slow down a little bit for you though. Um, but I really enjoyed the makeup aspect of it and the nails aspect of it, and now I'm on the salon floor. And I'm not gonna lie, the week prior to being on the salon floor, I was freaking out. I was not panicking so much, but I was kind of losing my mind because I was really nervous because the grading was tougher. The assignments, you weren't given an assignment. You're not given an assignment. You have to kind of do your own thing as if you were in the real world, and they teach you about inventory. And it's really just been so far, and I'm only like halfway through. It's really been an amazing and an incredible experience. And I never thought, I feel like I never thought that I would go down this road for a career. I genuinely always thought that I would go into the television, like, movie business and like be on the big silver screen, which, like I said, if that did happen one day, that would be so cool. I'd be so down. But as of right now, I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. Like I said, if it does, whew, that'd be amazing. or even doing like the nails or makeup or maybe even hair for like someone higher up in that business, that would be incredible too. And I would get to know them and kind of be their friend. Like, that would be insanely cool. And it's kind of interesting when you go into this field of work or even education, because there's so much to it that you did not even realize were an aspect of it. Like, when you're thinking about doing makeup on yourself is completely different from doing makeup on another person. And you don't really realize that. You also don't realize how hard it is to do makeup on a mannequin, because I tell you, that is not the easiest job. But it's really remarkable, because you go from your day-to-day life doing your own stuff to yourself to learning how to do it for and on other people. And it's just kind of beautiful the way it is, because if you do your job right and you do your job well, people are going to keep coming back to you after you've graduated. There are so many people on the salon floor right now that at the school I'm at that are really amazing at what they do. And I can almost guarantee it that some of the clients that they have coming in at this school are going to come to them in the future for their services, which is amazing. And hold on, I said no editing, but I need to put my phone on the charger. Okay. But, yeah, I think a lot of the people on the salon floor, their clients that they've had are really going to come back to them because they've just done such a good job working on them that they have built that clientele, which, as I've said a million times so far, I think is really amazing, because I feel like once you really truly find what it is that you're good at and what you want to do for a living, it's like, what were you thinking about what you were doing your whole life? Like, what led you to this realization? What led you to this moment? And it's just like, if I was told when I was probably maybe 10, I'm 19, if I was told 9 years ago that I was going to be going to school for cosmetology, I don't think I would have said that I don't believe you. I might have said that, but I honestly feel like I'd be like, oh, I mean, that's not what I expected, but that's really cool. Because like I said, since I was really little, I always thought that I wanted to be, and that I wanted to go into, and that I would be an actress or a singer or both. So if someone came up to me and told me that, I feel like I'd probably be like, oh, yeah, okay. I know, I'm going all over the place. But once you find what you're good at, once you really, truly find that, and you start working on it and working towards it, you really kind of realize, wow, this is what I've been meaning to do with my life. And it's like choosing a career like this is really interesting, because they don't teach you stuff like this in high school. They teach you social studies or like history, which, I mean, that's a good thing to have. That's a good thing to have. Don't get me wrong. If you're like a social studies major or like an English major or even like math or anything like that, that's amazing. That's really good if you'd like to do that. But they don't teach, like, when you're in high school, the stuff that you're learning is not necessarily all the time what you're going to need when you do go out into the real world and find your passion. And if your passion is history or mathematics or even English or art, like, that's incredible and great on you. Like, amazing. Hands down, if you want to go into be a teacher, my sister graduated and she was going in for elementary education. If you want to be a teacher, that is absolutely amazing, and I give huge props to you because that is not an easy job. And my instructors could probably tell you the exact same thing because they're educators for this. But they don't teach you like, oh, what if you're going to be going to school for cosmetology or beauty? Like, whenever I was in high school and they'd be like, oh, like, what do you think? Like, what are some of your hobbies? It'd be like, a lot of people would be like, oh, like soccer or sports, or like, oh, I go do this, that, and this. I'd be like, I love to play around with makeup and do my nails. Like, that never seemed to be a common answer when they would ask you, what do you want to, like, what are your hobbies, or like, what do you think you're gonna do in the future for your life and for your job? It was always something completely on the other end of the spectrum. And that's kind of amazing because I don't think you really, I mean, you might, but like, I don't really think you meet a lot of people out in the world every day other than the people you go to see that are in this field of work. I don't feel like. I could be completely wrong on that though. And I know I've said it a million times already, but that's just really amazing. Because if you think about it, you could be talking to someone that has been in this field of work for a while and you could never know. Like, you could just be talking to them and think they're in some other line of work, when in reality they're in this line. Thinking back to what I said at the beginning of this video of like a story time and a life update, it's kind of turned into like a Sierra Bogus of, I might have pronounced that wrong, from Phantom of the Opera or like Little Mermaid on Broadway. She does like light lessons, and kind of reminding myself of those videos because it's kind of feeling like I'm doing a light lesson, but I'm not. But, and I really hope I haven't been too repetitive in this. If I did, I'm really sorry. But, I mean, it's something that this is something that I'm a lot more passionate about than I really thought that I was and that I would be until I started. Like, I am not, like I mentioned, I am not the biggest with hair. I'm gonna be honest. Hair has never been something I've loved to do, which is funny when I think of that, because when I got in my first 5-week session class of hairstyling and cutting, I was opening up my kit and I got so excited. Like, so excited to open up all this amazing stuff like mannequins and shears, which do not call them scissors because they're not shears. They're not scissors, they're shears. But there was something about it, like a blow dryer. I got excited about a blow dryer because it was just, I had chosen something, and that, like, in that moment I realized I chose the right thing. I chose the right career, the right path. This is the path that I want to be on, and I chose damn well. And it's so amazing and great. It's such a great feeling when that happens, because until you really find that, you really don't realize like what it is you want to do. Maybe you know what you want to do, and then you go to school for that, and that ends up not being what you want to do at all. And what you want to do is the complete opposite. And it's just, like I said, it's remarkable, because sometimes, like me, I thought I was gonna grow up to be an actress, and here I am going to school for cosmetology, and like in 5 years down the road, maybe 10, I could be doing I could be a celebrity makeup artist, or like doing their nails. I don't know, but I'm completely open to that, because that would be so amazing. And one of the perks about this career is you can have the option to travel the world, and that is something that I really want to do, because I was originally meant to go to Italy last March, and that didn't happen because of what's going on right now in the world with the virus. And if one day with this career I get to travel the world and like be someone's personal makeup artist or something, or even do their nails, like that sounds so amazing to me. It's not even funny. I know I laugh when I say that, but that's just because it gets me genuinely so excited, because it makes me know that I found my passion and I found what I know I want to do with the rest of my life. And it was kind of interesting because before I chose this, I was thinking about just going to school for being a nail tech. And I was talking to my family about that, and one of the things that my dad had said, he was like, "Oh, I mean, that's cool, but I think you're a lot smarter than that." And that kind of hit me in an interesting way, because I was like, "Well, I mean, what's that supposed to mean?" And I am, without a doubt, I'm so happy with the choice I made, because regardless of how much this program costs, I am beyond grateful and happy and just so thankful for the experience that I'm getting. And sorry, I keep yawning. It's like 9 o'clock, so get this valid to yawn a little bit. But like, I go to school and like, no, I have 3 bags that I carry in with a like roller case with all my stuff. That's all my stuff that I have to bring in, and I don't care. It makes me so happy. And to know that I'm so happy what I'm doing really just kind of makes you wake up in a really good mood some days. Like, some days I feel like you wake up and you're not always in the best mood, or you wake up in the mood and you're just like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine." You're like, "I'm not happy. I'm just fine." And the difference of a feeling in the, like, feelings with the mood, hopefully that makes sense. I feel like the difference between the mood of fine and happy, or even okay or fine or happy, are just so drastic. Because most days people ask you and I'm like, "Oh, how are you?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm fine." Or they ask me and I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then some days I'm got my music in my ears and I'm just bouncing around. I'm just like, I'm happy. I am in such a great mood right now that I don't know what to do. But I think it really makes a difference when you know that you chose the right career path, because I think it really boosts yourself. It really boosts your self-esteem, I think, and your mood, and just kind of how you look at everything. Because, I mean, like, I have to wake up at the latest, like 7:15 in the morning to get ready. And I'm not a morning person at all. I'm sorry I'm yawning, by the way. But like I said, I didn't want this to be edited or anything. I am not a morning person at all, because one of the things that I was with my ADHD is it's kind of one of those things for my ADHD where my brain has trouble waking up and I have trouble getting up in the morning, and I'm severe night owl. Like, I mean, I'll look at the clock and be like 2 a.m. be like, I guess I should probably go to bed. But I get up in the morning, and whether it be at 6:30 or at 7:15, I get up because I'm happy for what I'm pursuing. And that makes me happy to know that I'm happy with what I chose to do. And if I'm sounding repetitive at all, I'm sorry, but I'm just this is how I express my feelings about something and how I show my appreciation. But, yeah, so that's kind of where I've been since August, is learning and pursuing and practicing my passion, which I feel like this kind of career, some people don't realize they want to go into it, or because there's a lot of people in this school who are different ages, like from 18, 19 to 40s, even 30s, that are choosing this career, or barbering. Because barbers, they're amazing. They do amazing work, really. Like, they specialize in, like, hair, mostly, and their work is really remarkable and amazing. But yeah, so that was kind of a ramble sesh, but I really hope you guys kind of got something from it, because I truly think that I'm on the right path right now, and I think that's one of the best feelings you can have. Keyword there is one of. So, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, or don't even give it anything. It's your opinion. Please subscribe. I don't really know what the plans are at the moment for this channel and this platform for me, but I would really like to see where it goes. I think this might be a really good thing, a really good subject matter for me, I guess, on here. Including makeup. Maybe I'll do some makeup tutorials. I don't know. I always say that and then I never do. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below. I don't know. But again, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my ramble sesh. If you stayed till the end, I really appreciate it, because I know it can be hard to listen to me talk for so long, especially for 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna try not to say the same thing. I'm gonna try not to say the same thing I just said 2 times. But I love you. Yeah. Bye, guys.